Well, happy Monday, March 17th, and welcome to this St. Patrick's Day edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Grant Olson is away tonight. I'm Jefferson Robbins. In keeping with the holiday, the screen behind me is green. You just can't tell right now. Here's the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A handgun converted to a fully automatic weapon could lead to 10 years in federal prison for an East Wenatchee man who made threats to bystanders near Lake Chelan last summer. Veterans and their allies rally at the Washington state capitol, calling on legislators to oppose federal cuts that affect former service members and their access to medical care. Well, a gorgeous Monday throughout the valley today with almost unbroken clear skies, but there are some clouds on the horizon, and inside those clouds, a chance of rain later this week. Dan Kuntz will do the weather duties in Grant's absence later on in this half hour. But first, our top story tonight. The man convicted of shooting and killing an East Wenatchee man 1 year ago during a drug deal was sentenced today to 30 years in prison. 35-year-old Travis Earl Collins was convicted in January of first-degree murder in the death of Julio Garcia Ramirez, found shot to death next to his truck in February 2024 in the 1700 block of Rock Island Road. Prosecutors said Collins arranged to meet Garcia Ramirez that night under the pretext of buying cocaine, then killed him as part of a planned robbery. Defense attorneys had asked for a prison term of just 25 years, but Judge Brian Huber called Collins' crime cold-blooded and horrible before assigning the 30-year sentence. Court filings in the case indicate Collins intends to appeal his verdict. East Wenatchee police arrived to a report of gunfire early this morning to find evidence of several gunshots discharged in the 100 block of North Iowa Avenue. Police Chief Rick Johnson says witnesses reported seeing a group of males on foot firing weapons in the area about 1:46 a.m., possibly at a vehicle nearby. When police came to the scene, they found approximately 21 shell casings, but no suspects or vehicles on site and no sign of anyone injured. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office and Wenatchee Police Department also responded to assist. Johnson says the incident is still under investigation. Anyone with information is asked to contact police by calling Rivercom 663-9911. An East Wenatchee man arrested last summer in Chelan while carrying a modified handgun pleaded guilty last week to a federal firearms offense. Abraham Aguilar Leon is 19 years old. He pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court in Spokane to a charge of illegal possession of a machine gun. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies arrested him July 14th after he threatened random passers-by near Riverwalk Park. In his backpack, he was carrying a loaded .40 caliber pistol with a Glock switch to allow fully automatic gunfire. U.S. Attorney Vanessa Waldriff filed federal charges against Aguilar 3 months after his arrest. He could face up to 10 years in prison for his plea when he's sentenced June 12th. He still faces local felony charges in Chelan County Court of felony harassment and unlawful firearm possession. The fire station that serves the growing town of Malaga is due to reopen this fall. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department plans to reopen Station 17 effective September 1st. Our media partner, the Wenatchee World, reports the station was closed shortly after the shutdown of the nearby Alcoa aluminum plant in December 2021. Alcoa's presence was a major funding source for the fire station. Now Microsoft, which is opening a data center in the area, will contribute $1.5 million, covering about 1/3 of the station's total operations and staffing costs. When we come back, youth artists put their best foot, pencil, and brush forward to take home honors in the Regional High School Art Show hosted by the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. We'll be back with a roundup of the winners after this break. I'm Jefferson Robbins. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan.
And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
You know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. Central Washington Water is home to the Hot Spring Spa for over 45 years. Come see the Freshwater Smart IQ. It monitors your saltwater spa's pH balance, chlorine, and more. Or the cold plunge tub that will leave you feeling rejuvenated. Plug-and-play spas make hot tubbing easy. With great financing available, cold water, salt water, hot water, Central Washington Water has a spa for your budget and your lifestyle. Stop by today. The TVL season continues for the Wenatchee Bighorns, and NCWLIFE channel is back with more coverage. Watch the Bighorns take on the Vancouver Volcanoes on Thursday, March 20th at W.B. Smith Gym on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. Grant Olson and Jamie Council are courtside with all the action. Watch Bighorns basketball on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. A defective dryer vent is the likely culprit in a structure fire today on Charles Street in Wenatchee. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department says it was summoned at 12:31 p.m. to a two-story house with flames coming from the first-floor laundry window. No one was at home, and firefighters were able to contain the damage to that laundry room alone. No one was injured in the incident. 6 students from around north central Washington became first-place winners at the 46th High School Regional Art Show on Saturday. The contest saw 167 pieces submitted by students from 17 different area schools. Top honors went to Talon Johnson from Cascade High School in Leavenworth, who won the photography category for Fence. Eastmont's Anish Kaur won 3-dimensional art award for Duel, and Ever Torres from Bridgeport High School won Digital Media Award for Skull. Other first-place winners include Kaim Scott from Quincy for drawing Doomsday, Chelan's Catherine Eichmeyer for painting Bestow, and Michaela Berrigan from Sterling Junior High won the mixed media category for Local Harvest. Hundreds of people rallied at Friday at afternoon at the state capitol in Olympia, protesting what they say is a disrespectful and harmful treatment of veterans by the federal government. At the Capitol, Murrow News fellow Albert James reports the rally was part of a series of public demonstrations across the country, including Washington, D.C. Demonstrators criticized the Trump administration's firing of government employees at the VA, many of whom were veterans themselves, as well as deep cuts to veterans' health care and support programs. Participants called on Washingtonians to reach out to their federal lawmakers and ask them to intervene. The U.S. Representative Kim Schreier of the 8th District is one of 6 physicians who now make up the newly launched Congressional Doctors Caucus. Schreier, a Democrat who represents the 8th District, was the first pediatrician elected to Congress. Her office said the caucus will promote the health and well-being of Americans, advance health policy, and provide insights into critical health issues. In a statement, Schreier cited Republicans' questioning of vaccine efficiency and cuts to Medicaid funding and medical research as key issues the caucus is facing. Other Democrats joining her are Ami Bera and Paul Ruiz of California, Herb Conaway Jr. of New Jersey, Oregon's Maxine Dexter, and Kelly Morrison of Minnesota. Well, coming up next, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society welcomes its new Veterinary Services Director. We will introduce you to Dr. Rebecca Bozarth, a professional who gets to provide tender care to all those lost animals. And we're kissing 50 degrees today with similar temperatures still ahead for the rest of the week. Dan Kuntz has your weather insights just ahead. Despite that, please stay with us.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
It's the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake, March 13th to the 23rd. Check out the enormous selection of both new and used RVs, motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, with huge incentives, 0 down and no payments for 90 days. Top manufacturers are coming from across the country, like Winnebago, Holiday Rambler, Forest River, Thor, Flagstaff, Grand Design RV, and more. And enter to win $30,000 or a new RV. Get $3,000 over NADA for your trade, paid for or not. So come on down to the National RV Show at the Grant County Fairgrounds in Moses Lake, March 13th to the 23rd.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station based right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Be sure to tune in for coverage of local sports. Once again, this spring we'll bring you prep boys soccer, baseball, and softball. In addition, we're adding Wenatchee Bighorn basketball in March, April, and May. It's all right here on the NCWLIFE channel, our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as our website at ncwlife.com.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
NCWLIFE's news team is keeping an eye on North Central Washington. Join us each weekday evening at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCWLIFE Evening News, with interviews, in-depth reporting, and the kind of insights you can't find anywhere else. We're the hometown news station for the Wenatchee Valley, the Cascade Foothills, and up and down the Columbia River. Thanks for watching NCWLIFE, proud to be part of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. 1 month ago, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society hired Dr. Rebecca Bozarth as their clinic's new veterinary director of medical services. Bozarth had previously worked at the Humane Society part-time, but she says she's excited for the opportunity to officially join the team full-time and further help the animals of the shelter, as well as helping the community.
So I'm Rebecca Bozarth. I'm a veterinarian, so Dr. Bozarth. I'm originally from Bend, Oregon. And so always Pacific Northwest kind of a person. I graduated from veterinary school in 1991, so I've been practicing for 34 years. I have owned a small animal practice. I was in an internal medicine residency, and then I've worked in emergency medicine mostly for the last 10 or 12 years. And then I started doing some work here for the Humane Society about a year and a half ago when they lost their veterinary services here. And so I started trying to fill in, and I just fell in love with it. And so I was really happy this year that they were able to offer me a full-time position, and I came in working here in February as the Director of Veterinary Services. There's the responsibilities as a veterinarian, taking care of all of the shelter animals, taking care of injured animals when they come in, spaying and neutering, and doing other surgeries, sometimes taking out masses or taking out foreign bodies or amputating limbs. So the medical care of the animals that are here. There's public-facing duties like vaccinations for the low-cost community and medical care for animals in low-cost community. So providing those resources, but also just overall the processes in the hospital for dealing with things like, and in the shelter for contagious diseases and behavior welfare. So there's a lot of management pieces as well as normal veterinary tasks that I do. The Humane Society has a vital role to play here in this area. Without a Humane Society here in this area, all the animals and the people in the area would be suffering. And they're really the only place that is filling this role for a very large area. And so taking in animals that need care, helping them find homes, helping deal with neglect cases, which has been a really serious problem lately. We've had a couple really large animal neglect and animal abuse cases that we have worked together with animal control to manage those and get those animals the care they need and into better homes. Spaying and neutering, providing vaccinations. There was just recently a parvo outbreak at a homeless encampment, and we went in and vaccinated all of their dogs for parvo for free. We're working in the community to help get dogs on trails safely. There's going to be dog walks. We take in kittens that are needing to be bottle fed. Like, it's vital. Without that, animals would be really suffering in this community, and so would people. I'd like to get a veterinary technician or two hired. If anybody out there is a veterinary technician and would like, a certified technician would like to be working and saving animals and, you know, having that warm heart feeling every day, come and talk to me. We'd like to hire another veterinarian, so we have veterinary services 7 days a week here. Right now we have spay and neuter services 2 days a week, sometimes 3, and we have veterinary services 5 days a week for the shelter animals. We only have 1 day a week that's a vaccine low-cost service right now, and so mostly our time is taken up with the shelter animals. For the shelter animals and the public, we really want to get the trap, neuter, and release program going here. So there's a lot of feral cats in the area, and the feral cats have these colonies, and people feed them, and they multiply and have lots of babies. And we can spay and neuter those animals for a pretty low cost, or sometimes we can get grants for that, and then they can be in place and not be creating more babies all the time and not getting diseases and things. So like there's so much on our plate right now of ways to expand and ways to help in this community, and that's kind of my mission.
And a good, I can't do that. I cannot do an Irish brogue. I apologize in advance. I probably shouldn't try it again. Anyway, for all of you folks with Irish ancestry, of course, happy birthday. Beautiful view from our Milwaukee camera? I don't know. Oh, it's Wenatchee. I'm sorry. Dan Coons filling in for Grant Olson. It's been a beautiful, beautiful late winter, early spring day. We're going to ride a weather roller coaster all week long. Today, good. Tomorrow, good. Wednesday, maybe not so good. Great view from our Wenatchee Heights camera. It's good to have you back. We missed you. 50 unofficially today up at Payne-Bohr Memorial Airport. But the one thing I do want to point out, look at our sunrise and sunset. 12 hours and 1 minute of daylight today. That's right. We're past the 12-hour mark, so starting today and going all the way through till the end of summer and into fall, every day we'll have more daylight than darkness. We're still gaining about 3.5 minutes of daylight a day, and we're going to continue to do that. So milestone day for us today, more than 12 hours of daylight, and all in all, pretty nice day, all things considered. So tomorrow. Wednesday, maybe not so much. Tomorrow's highs 52 in Moses Lake, 51 in Ephrata, about 50 in Quincy. Everybody's going to be bathed in sunshine, perhaps a few more clouds to the south of us, but most of the Wenatchee Valley will be bathed in sunshine. A little cooler, as it always is, in the Lake Wenatchee and Leavenworth area. Chelan, you're going to be sitting pretty at 50, slightly cooler at Omak at 50. Omak's actually 49.5 degrees. We round it up. That's for tomorrow's highs. As far as what's going on right now, we have a weak high pressure system that's keeping all that bad stuff away, which is why we had just a few high clouds. They're kind of sneaking over the top of the high pressure ridge. It's a flat ridge, it's not a dome, and that allows the high clouds to kind of pass in and pass over the top of us. And we're going to have the same thing tomorrow. Maybe a little more sunshine on Tuesday. You can see it's holding off that one last little stretch of inclement weather. That's Tuesday. Things are going to start changing Tuesday night. You see some snow in the mountains. We could get some light rain Tuesday night, but the next real weather event is going to be Wednesday. That high pressure ridge will be gone by then. We're going to be considerably cooler. Remember, our afternoon highs this time of the year is about 53. Lots of clouds Wednesday. By the time we get to Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening, we're talking about rain, perhaps quite a bit of rain on Wednesday night, spilling into Thursday. Thursday mid-morning will dry off. We'll go right back to sunshine. Temperatures again slightly below normal. Friday's not looking too bad. Friday's not looking too bad at all once we get there. And then the weekend is going to be, again, kind of a weather smorgasbord. Friday we start clouding up, especially in the afternoon hours. Chance of rain late Friday afternoon. Chance of rain, pretty good chance of rain Friday night into Saturday. As you can see, that system's coming through. Nothing's going to hold it at bay. Saturday, a little bit of light rain in the morning, giving way to sunshine in the afternoon. We'd like that. That's Saturday. Temperatures back up to normal, and the clouds and the sun are going to do a little tug of war on Saturday. No tug of war between the sun and the clouds on Sunday. It's going to be cloudy on Sunday. Temperatures about normal. Chance of rain on Sunday. It's out there as well. Best chance of rain, by the way, is going to be Wednesday night and then again on Friday night with periods of light rain off and on in those other areas. And as you can see, there's the next system going to pay us a visit in the early part of next week, but we will be warming up. All right, 50 today, gobs of gooey good sunshine. 50 tomorrow, gobs of gooey good sunshine. Here come the clouds and the rain Tuesday night into Wednesday. We cool down quite a bit. Thursday, we rebound back to sunshine. And then system number 2, just in time for the weekend, will warm us up a little bit by Saturday and Sunday. But we can't rule out rain at all on both Friday and Saturday and Sunday, really. for that matter. All right, that's your forecast. Still to come, a whole bunch of sports with our good buddy Eric Granstrom. You're watching the St. Patty's Day edition. I should stop doing that on the NCWLIFE channel.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station based right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Be sure to tune in for coverage of local sports. Once again, this spring we'll bring you prep boys soccer, baseball, and softball. In addition, we're adding Wenatchee Bighorn basketball in March, April, and May. It's all right here on the NCWLIFE channel, our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as our website at ncwlife.com.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Happy Monday to you and happy St. Patty's Day. Fresh off its West Coast Conference Tournament Championship, the Gonzaga Bulldogs received the 8th seed into the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament Sunday. Depending on who you ask, it's either Gonzaga's 26th or 27th straight selection to the big dance. Mark Few counts the COVID year when Gonzaga received a number 1 seed, even though the tournament was wiped out because of the pandemic. Gonzaga will face 9th-seeded Georgia in the first round. That'll be Thursday at 4:35 in the afternoon, our time on TBS. The Washington Husky women, who finished 19-19 in their first season of Big Ten play, received an invite to play in to the first 4 of the NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament. They'll face Columbia Thursday night at 7 o'clock. That's on ESPN2 for the right to get into the tournament. Meanwhile, Haley Van Lit's TCU Horned Frogs received a number 2 seed and will face Fairleigh Dickinson in the first round of the NCAA Women's Tournament. That'll be Friday at 12:30 on ESPN2. Well, Rowdy Tellez continues to swing a pretty hot bat for the Mariners in spring training as he tries to make the roster as a designated hitter. Tellez hit a home run and was 3 for 5 Sunday to help the Mariners beat Cincinnati 8-3 the final. Bryce Miller looked outstanding on the mound. He struck out 7 over 5 innings while allowing just 1 run on 2 hits to earn the victory. Seattle was playing the Athletics today and will take on the Brew Crew tomorrow in Peoria. That'll be at 1:10 in the afternoon. Well, after a win over Utah Friday night, the Seattle Kraken fell to the Winnipeg Jets in overtime on Sunday. 3-2 the final. Seattle jumped out to an early 2-goal lead on goals by rookies Yanni Nyman and Michael Eyssimont. The Jets came all the way back and forced overtime. They picked up the win in the OT session. Seattle's on the road at Chicago tomorrow at 5:30. That'll be on Kong TV. The Wenatchee Wild were officially eliminated from any chances of reaching the playoffs over the weekend at Western Hockey League play. Wenatchee dropped a pair in Prince George while Seattle picked up a victory. That officially eliminated the Wild from any chance of reaching the postseason. Cougars came out on top of Wenatchee on Friday 4-2 and again Saturday by a final of 5-2. The Wild wrap up the season against Everett this week with a home-and-home series. They'll play in Everett on Friday Friday and then back home Saturday at the Town Toyota Center. Austin Andrade, by the way, will be a guest on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley tomorrow morning with Dan Kuntz to talk about the series. Well, a fiber outage with the Douglas PUD wiped out our plans to broadcast soccer on Friday night. Sorry about that. And what a game you missed. The two teams, Pasco and Eastmont here, traded 2 goals apiece in regulation and decided it with a PK shootout. Sebastian Moraga and Dennis Tronson had the call that you didn't hear or see on the NCW Life channel.
And now with a bit of room, Miguel Leon. And my goodness, oh, how unfortunate.
That's an own goal.
How unfortunate, an own goal for Pasco. Ortega and Valle and Ortega. The shot. Oh my goodness, what an effort by Valle, but the ball slinks past them.
20 or 30 minutes before we get a chance to get by him.
My goodness, hopefully everybody was okay. And a quick move, there's a shot and a save. Diving stop by Mr. Jimenez, who claps, and very deservedly so. And Mr. Bautista with a chance to really make himself, oh my goodness, what a shot. Low into the corner. Very well taken, and Ortega puts Eastmont ahead. Jesus Gutierrez to the heart of the box. And another whistle inside the box, and that should be a penalty kick. And that will be a penalty kick. Let's see what happens here. He takes care of it rather quickly and puts Pasco even with Eastmont 2 tallies apiece. Gutierrez, the shot, Gutierrez. 5 for 5 for Pasco. Giancarlo Cordero, yes indeed. Taking care of the 5th penalty kick. Cordero, the shot, Cordero to the birds. And that one closes the book. Coach?
That's the game.
That's the game. It's 5-4 on penalty kicks for Pasco.
We will have the game broadcast in its entirety tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here on the NCW Life channel. Other action Friday, Everett blanked Ephrata 1-0. On Saturday, East Valley of Yakima blanked Moses Lake 2-0. Tonasket peppered Ephrata 6-0. Kashmir shut out College Place by a final of 3-0. Prep baseball on Friday, Mount Si got by Moses Lakes 5-3 was the final in that one, while Ephrata edged Chelan 8-7. Teams had to be a little creative with their rescheduling on Saturday due to poor pass conditions. Sela topped Eastmont 10-3 and turned around and blanked Wenatchee 3-0. Ording downed Ephrata 9-1. Colville shut out Omak 8-0. And it was Freeman taking down Tonasket 13-2. Tonasket then turned around and beat Warden 8-1. Northwest Christian won 2 games. They downed Chelan 6-5 and then beat Omak 20-7. The lone fast pitch softball score from Friday found Mount Spokane topping Moses Lake 2-0. Wenatchee and East Valley played to a 1-1 tie on Saturday before the Panthers beat Sela 8-0. Medical Lake swept a pair from Quincy 16-6 and 16-11. Royal swept a doubleheader from Kashmir 15-5 and 20-13. Lake Roosevelt beat Brewster in a single game 24-11. On the CW Life channel, we'll have 2 for the price of 1 this week with Wenatchee Bighorns basketball right here. The Bighorns will host the Vancouver Volcanoes on Thursday night at W.B. Smith Gym at Wenatchee Valley College. Grant Olson will join Jamie Council with the play-by-play pregame at 6:45. And then we will have, well, that game, by the way, hockey night on the NCW Life channel will prevent us from broadcasting it on TV. It will be on the stream. And then on Saturday, we'll be back again at W.B. Smith Gym at Wenatchee Valley College as the Seattle Superhawks pay a visit to take on the Bighorns. 6:45 with the pregame, 7 o'clock with the tip. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Monday.
And that will do it for our newscast this Monday. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us, news@ncwlife.com, or call 888-6295. That's NCWL. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Thanks so much for being with us. Have a great night. Aaron Go Bragh. Malcolm is awesome.